right, girls. Well, we rehearsed.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box. To the left, in the closet. That's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, say, don't touch.
Girl, we sound mad good.
What's good, what's popping, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Lelona, and thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode of Everything Lelona, where we talk about everything and anything. Cheers. Now, if you are new here, welcome, baby. I really hope that you'll enjoy this video that will make you hit the subscribe button somewhere over here. And if you are a regular subscriber, gang, say one, what's good, what's up, what is it? Yeah, I really hope that you are well and that you are taking care of yourself. Okay, so we're back with a brand new video, a brand new story time pumpline period. And guys, whenever I say amadoda zizinja, diazbala nam kulo equation. Whenever I say that men are dogs, I'm including myself as well in that equation, because the things I do very doggy, the things I do very dog-like. Because tell me, why did this man cheat on me? And instead of leaving him, I stayed in the relationship and I decided to cheat back. Like, one thing I mean, the toxic ukufa. So that is a story time for today. And if you are interested and excited for the story time, please make sure that you give this video a huge thumbs up. You comment down below, you subscribe to my channel, you share my video, you super thanks me. You do the absolute most. And today we are having a drink. We are having gin and dry lemon. I almost tilted my glass, but we're having gin and dry lemon. So also make sure that you have yourself something to drink, and make sure you're alcoholic, because the big days. So without wasting anyone's time, let's get into the video. So this story time happened in 2022, right? At this time, okay, it's during that time I was still dating that other guy who I sent money to on his birthday and said dinner is on me because I forgot to wish him a happy birthday. And turns out that he was actually already at dinner or went to dinner with someone else, and he was in Joburg, right? Yes, so this was during that time. Now, things between that guy and I were like fizzling out. We were not communicating or talking as we used to. We would go days without talking to each other. So I was low-key checking out of that relationship. I was like, I'm low-key checking out and I want someone else. I wanna be in a new relationship. I wanna feel butterflies. You know? So I was like, I was bored of being with this guy, but I was like, I don't wanna dump him before I get someone else. So also, that's another toxic trait, yeah. But so because this guy and I are like slowly fizzling out, I decided to go back on Tinder. So I went back on Tinder, updated my profile, uploaded all my new pictures. This is the Tinder profile of my dreams. Like, all my pictures there were cute. I love these pictures. They represent me. Like, I had pictures of my face, pictures at the gym, pictures out in like social places, pictures of me dressed in like formal wear. So I wanted whoever that comes across my profile to think, what a multifaceted human being, what a wholesome human being. He works out, he's gorgeous, face, please. He has a job, he goes out and has a social life. So my Tinder profile was the one. Yeah, bon. So I go back to Tinder and then I'm swiping right. Like, at this point, guys, you that talk, I'm joking. But I'm like swiping right, I'm swiping left, I'm swiping right. I'm matching with different people and I'm giving people an honest chance. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be closed off to anyone I match with. If we match and we have a conversation, let's just have a conversation. Let's see if there's chemistry there. Now, with the people I was talking to, one guy stood out. One guy beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black Xoxo man. This guy, and like I said, I was going against everything in me. I said, give everyone an honest chance. I was like, fuck Xoxo. Yeah, but like, I have nothing against my Xoxo, but yeah, but so beautiful Xoxo man will give him the name Smiso. So I started talking to Smiso, and from the get-go, we hit it off. One thing about me, a man that has banter, a man that's witty, a man that can flirt, a man that can carry a conversation. That man is the man of my dreams. Like, I love a man who knows how to articulate himself. I love a man who can keep up with my humor. I love a man who, like a guy that's not boring when it comes to conversations. Love that in a man. Love that in a man. So this guy was literally all that and more. Yeah, boy. Smiso, he lives in Houghton, and at this time I live in Marshalltown, right? Which is very close to each other. So Smiso and I, though I was entertaining everyone else, but he was like that guy where I was like, I'm logging into Tinder so that I can have a conversation with Smiso. And whenever we would talk, we would like literally talk for an hour at one go. After I log in, I will log out an hour later because I was just having a conversation with Smiso, and the conversation is nice and it flows. Yeah, boy? Sharp. So we talked for quite a while, I'm sure for like over a week, just on the app without us exchanging numbers or asking to like meet each other or whatever. So we chat online for a week, and then I'm sure the following week, that's when he then asks for my number. He's like, hey, I would love to hear your voice actually. I'm like, well, you would have heard my voice if you had my number. Yeah, bro. He's like, okay, then yeah, number. Can I have your number? I'm like, cool, man. I give him my number. Right after that, I get a call. So obviously it's him. So I'm answering the call like, hello. Maxoxa. Like, hello. He's like, hi. Yo, guys, I wanted to say, put it in here, because right from the voice, I was like, put it in manje, because that man's voice. That guy has one of those deep voices that resonate in your ear. Ingati Mufasa, when Mufasa was roaring at Uska. Jonga? It's like, hi, how are you? Like, Daddy, I'm like, hi, I'm good, how are you? He's like, I'm good, thank you. This is me. So I'm like, I figured. He's like, yeah, man, I've been wanting to hear your voice. I'm like, no, let's talk about voices. Your voice, sir. Your voice, sir. I'm literally dripping right now. So it made long, though, guys. Like, we start now talking on the phone. He literally became the first person I speak to in the morning and the last person I speak to before I go to bed. And during the day, gets a video call, and I'm like, this guy is the guy on the pictures. Yeah, but so we video called. I know it's not a catfish. I know everything is legit about what it looks like. Yeah, but and Smiso again is not an older guy. He was like 2 or 3 years older than me. 3 years older than me, because he should be 35 this year. Yeah, he's 35 this year. So, guys, knows me so ya catcher. Yeah, catcher. And remember, he lives in Houghton. I live in Marshalltown. But we went, like, we spoke for like a month. We dated online and on the phone for like a month before we actually met for the first time. Now, how we met for the first time is that he calls me one random Saturday and says his friends want to go to Maboneng, and his friends are a couple. So he doesn't want to go with just them. He wants me to join them. Yeah, bo? So I'm like, oh, okay, where are you guys going? He's like, we're going to this other place called Hallmark. Have you been there before? I'm like, I've never been to Hallmark. I've heard about it, but I've never been. It's the same place in and it's a studio Modisile her. There's a studio there, and then there's like a rooftop bar, club, place, space, restaurant upstairs. Yeah, well, so it's like, no, we are going there, so would you like to join us? I'm like, yeah. So he says, okay, cool, I'm going to request for you when we are on our way. Yeah, but also give me your address. So I give him my address, and then when they requested from Houghton going there, he requests for me as well. Yeah, but so when we then arrive, they literally arrived, and then I arrived. So when they were getting off the car, I was arriving as well. So I get off the car, I see him, he sees me, he rushes to me, and I'm like, my God, for the first time, we hug, he holds me so tight, and I'm like, he smells so good. I'm like, you smell so good. It's like, so do you. I'm like, thank you, Daddy. At this point, guys, I am in love. I want to live in his skin. I want to live inside this man. Like, I'm like, this man is so beautiful. And in person, I was like, your pictures don't do you justice. You are gorgeous in your pictures. But in person, like, he was bigger in person. And I'm like, I like this. I like this. So we go into Hallmark, and then I get introduced to the friends. Like he said, that the friends are a couple bajon, right? So it's his best friend and the best friend's partner. Let's give them names. The best friend, the best friend Gubonga, and then the boyfriend Gabonga Andile, right? So when we then sat down, Andile and I sat on the side. Usmiso Nobonga sat on the other side. So I'm facing Smiso, Ubonga is facing, Andile is facing Ubonga, right? So we're talking. So naturally, the conversation is going to go like this because you're sitting next to me. Yeah, boy? So him and I get acquainted with each other, Andile. And Usfiso is sitting with his best friend, so now we're head. So we get acquainted, we talk, we laugh. I'm like, I fucks with you, yeah, boy? And then he's like, no man, give me your number. We exchange numbers and so the only person I didn't take number Kabonga, because I was like Kubonga like his best friend and I can't be taking his number. So but I took his boyfriend's number. Yeah, boy? So because Andile and I were like, we just girls, yeah, boy? We just girls. And you could guys, go cute man, go cute, and then after the first initial meeting, they go home, I go home alone, yeah, boy? And then Usmiso just could not close his mouth. He's like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. Like, he's giving me all kinds of compliments. Now I'm returning the compliments about, my goodness, I've never met a man like you. You are amazing, you are gorgeous, you're beautiful inside and out. You are the things you say, kasifuna amadoda. Oh, Kazela mangolelona sanatonga, daba motivational speaker bumzwake mbuli. That from the rising of the sun to the you are just like the morning star. Hey, you shine brighter than a diamond. Deep Kelong. So Nyanke, we just could not hold or close our mouths about how we felt after seeing each other for the first time. And then we start Kenyani seeing each other quite often now after we saw each other for the first time. And it moved, our relationship moved very quickly to a point where we started now spending nights at each other's places. He'd come to my place for like 2 nights. I'd go to his place for like 2 nights in a week. So in a week, we'd see each other 4 times. Literally. This is in a matter of like 3 months. We would see each other 4 times every single week. 2 nights at my place, 2 nights at his place. And even when we go out, we would go out quite a lot with Andile and Ubong, right? So we double dated quite a lot, and it was cute, it was fun. And I'm like, finally I'm with someone that's like relatively my age appropriate. I wouldn't be scared to like introduce this guy to my family. It's not like an old creepy creepy man. Aibo. It's like I type of old and creepy. This one is young and is like my age, yabo. So I was in love. I had caught feelings hard. I was like, I love him. I think we even said I love you very quickly into our relationship. So things now start feeling off. We went from seeing each other 4 times a week to seeing each other twice a week. He'd spend one night at my place and then he has to leave the following days. Like, no, I have to leave. This and that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I understand. Or when I go to his place, he's like, okay, come over and I'm kind of packing home, so I have to leave and go somewhere else. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll just spend one night. Yeah, but so things like started changing like that, and I was like, I'm not sure if it's me, I'm reading too much into this, or things really are changing. But something just did not sit well with me. Yeah, but I was the one who wasn't feeling well about whatever was happening, right? I didn't know anything if he was doing anything outside of our relationship or anything. I just did not feel secure in whatever was happening. Sharp. So we nyanke siyajola kumnandi, we're double dating, and on one particular double date that we had gone to, we went back to Maboneng. There's a restaurant that is opposite Ipata Pata. I think it's called Davino or Davini or Da Vinci. I don't know what it's, Davi something got. So we were at that restaurant. That restaurant has big windows, right, that face the street. And if ungaphandle and you look inside, you can't really see because it's dark inside, especially during the day. We were there during the day. So as we're sitting there, we're sitting the way that we normally sit. It's me, and then it's Miso in front of me, it's Andile, it's Bonk. Okay, during this time, obviously I'm having conversations with everyone here, right? We're all having a good time, and he's on his phone quite a lot. Though okay, he's participating in the conversation, but you are on your phone quite a lot, man, nigga. And he's laughing kule phone, and I'm like thinking, that's rude actually, but I'm not saying anything, but I'm just like, I'm annoyed. Yeah, but I'm annoyed at the fact that you are on your phone while we are all here. And you're laughing with whoever you're talking to there, and I don't know who you're talking to. So he gets a call while we're sitting there, and then he's like, oh, I have to take this. He stands up and takes the call. He goes by the door and stands by the door. He finishes on his call, and right when he finishes, a car pulls up, right, and then parks in front of this restaurant. And then he goes out and meets the person that is driving this car. They talk there for like what felt like 3 to 5 minutes. They speak. And then there was a time where Usmiso looked back and pointed at us, right? And then the guy looked like this. And I'm thinking, when he looked, I was like, I know that guy. Like, there was something in me that says, you know that person, you've seen this person before, but my mind just could not recall where I know him from. But I'm like, he looks very familiar. Yeah, boy? And this man is a man that's like well in his 40s. So they talk Nosmiso, and then I ask Abba, who's that? They say, we don't know. Yeah, boy? And I'm like, oh, okay. Now, kutense ku awkward, apparently. Yeah, but awkward because they can see, but I'm looking at this conversation and I'm looking at everything and analyzing everything that has to do from their body language to trying to read their lips. Guys, so they talk, and then they finish. Miso comes back in and he sits down and keeps it moving. He keeps it moving. He doesn't explain who that person was. Now I don't ask, come on, you ask, and if you're not gonna explain, I'm not gonna ask, yeah, bro? So I kept quiet. But I was just so irritable because I was annoyed at the fact that he left us here, went to talk to someone outside, came back, and did not tell us who that person was. So I don't know if maybe I was being jealous or what was happening, but I just felt a certain type of way. At the end of the day, Andile and Bonga, they left. Usmiso and I, we requested an Uber and went back to my place. So we go to my place and he's gonna spend the night there, and obviously it's gonna be one night. He has to leave tomorrow. Okay, whatever. So while we're sitting in bed, I'm like, who was that? So he's like, no man, don't be like that. I'm like, don't be like what? I'm not being anything. I'm just asking you, who was that guy? He's like, no, that is my supervisor. He was my supervisor where when I was doing my honors. So we became friends. I'm like, okay. Yeah, but I'm like, okay. It's like, no, baby, believe me. I'm like, okay. If you say so. If you say that was your supervisor, then he was a supervisor. I'm not denying that. Yo, on my mind, I'm like, I'm not denying he was a supervisor, but he's not your supervisor anymore. Whatever that I saw, it looked like something more than just a supervisor. You understand? So, the following day, he has to leave. Now, he would request an Uber from my place and go to his place. From my place to his place, it's literally like 10-minute drive. Yeah, bro. So he did not request an Uber, but he got a call and he says, I'm coming. Yeah, bro. He said, I'm coming, park there, I'm coming. Now, the apartment I lived at, it was opposite a building which was like a mirror. Yeah, bro. The building's windows were like a mirror. So when I was standing, if I would stand by my window and look at that mirror, I would see a reflection of my building. If I look down, I would see a reflection of the downstairs. So Smiso walks out and then I stand by the window and I look at him. Yeah, bro. So I look at him and I see the car that pulled up yesterday in front of the restaurant. I see it parked outside my place. Smiso getting into that car and they drove off. He got in the passenger side and the car drove off. So I'm like, because you said to me, you did not say to me that your supervisor was a who was a supervisor when you're doing your honors is picking you up. You didn't say that. You didn't say anything. You just said, I'm leaving, baby, bye-bye. Hey. Again, remember, I still feel like I know this man, but I don't know him. But I'm like, where do I know this guy from? He looks very familiar. So, Nyanike, I think I called Jusmiso like 30 minutes after he left my place because he did not even say I'm home. So I called him like, hey babe, and I could hear he's in a car. He's like, hey, I'm listening, I'll call you back. I'm still in the car with like some friends. You are in the car with friends? Okay, all right, cool, sharp. I dropped the call. The guy did not come back to me the entire time, the entire day. In the evening, I saw Andile uploading a status on his WhatsApp. And on the status, I could see because he took a video of the table that he was on, like he was sitting at, right? And like it's a table full of alcohol. And on the table, I saw a bag, like one of those, I don't know what you guys call those bags. It's like a clutch bag of some sort. Smiso has one, and I've seen Smiso with that bag. So I saw it on the table. So it clicked to me that Smiso was with Abo Andile, right? So which is why he was saying, I'm with friends. But why could he not talk to me? Why did he address me as hey? Why did he not say hey baby? Because Andile know me. You understand? So I'm like, I understand you. Also, why can't you talk to me when you're with Abo Andile? Why? Like, these are your friends who I know. So why can't you talk to me? Hey. So I see it as a status. The screenshot and I keep it moving. I sleep. I wake up in the morning. I text to Andile. I'm like, hey babe, unjani? It's like, son. So before I could even tell you Andile anything or ask you Andile anything, he says, sana into eyenzeke izolo, I have to tell you. And if I don't tell you, if I don't tell you this, I know that Usmiso is not really my friend. Kucho Andile is not really my friend, but he's my boyfriend's friend. But sana into ayenze izolo, Son, I have to tell you. He's like, remember that car that pulled up at the restaurant and a guy came out of that car? Usmiso came to fetch Andile and Bonga at their place and they took them out. Yeah, bo? So Usmiso was with this guy and they were all over each other. What? Like, Andile is now telling me what happened last night. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. So, and then when we went home, Usmiso left and went back to Bonga's and Andile's place, right? And he was telling them how good of a fucker this guy is. Like, he's like, oh, this guy can fuck. This guy, we are much. So, Usmiso udliwa guy. Yeah, and imagine, guys, there's one thing about a gay man that will piss a gay man off, is that if the guy that tops you is being topped by someone else, that is going to fuck me up, okay? It's gonna make me mad as fuck, because you can't be topping me and then being topped by someone by like someone else, because to me what you are strictly top. And I was like, okay, guessing I go, but it's fine. If you said to me you are versatile, then you could have been a nice party for both of us. You top me, I top you. You bottom for me, I bottom for you. Clean job. Yeah, bo? You are getting strokes from someone else and then you are giving me strokes, and then you don't want me to give you strokes, but you're getting strokes from that other guy. So Andile sends me videos and pictures from the previous night. Jonga, look, this is what I mean. Now when I see this guy close up, it comes back to me, but I know this guy from Tinder. Yeah, bo? So this guy is one of the guys that I was talking to before I started talking to Andile. So I remembered him and I'm like, fuck, I now need to get my revenge. There's absolutely no way I'm going to break up with Andile, with Usmiso. Just break up and keep it moving, because unhetile. You've heard me. Imagine you introducing me to your friends as your partner, and then you introducing someone else and being with someone else in front of the same friends, and now your friends always think I'm stupid and dumb. What? So I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna get my lick back? So I'm like, okay, so because they all lived in the same in the same complex. No. But after we got dropped off Xoxo, we came to they all came to their Andile's place for like a nightcap and like drinks after the club, basically. So I'm like, don't tell Andile what you want to do, because now a plan had already formulated in my mind. I'm going to start talking to that guy. And I was talking to him to like him on Tinder, but things fizzled out because I started talking to Andile. To Usmiso. So I'm like, let me then go back to that guy and talk to him again, because that guy, I'm definitely sure that guy did not see me when Usmiso pointed at us. That guy did not see our faces there. I'm definitely sure. I am definitely sure, because it's dark in that club. It's dark. You can't see the people who are inside. So I go back to my Tinder, open my Tinder, I go through my chats, and I found that man. I'm like, Guyelo. I'm like, hey stranger. And one thing about a gay man, a gay man is our pinla manch. Once you say, hey stranger, he's like, hey handsome. So we start talking, we talk. I'm like, I don't understand why we'd even stop talking. No. Jonga, them fish. I catch. Yeah, but Jonga, I was literally here, hook, line, and sinker. I need to get my lick back, and my lick back needs to be the same, in the same quantity that it was given to me. You cheated on me. And you are my top, and you are now getting topped as well. So my lick back must be in the same measure and the same quantity it was given to me. Understand? Do you get me? So I don't know. I even sent him a dick pic at some point, because I think I wanted to show him the top. I want to get topped. I want to top. Does invite us up? Exchange numbers. I think we talked for like a couple of weeks, a couple of days. We spoke for a couple of days, and then Smiso and I are still okay. I'm not telling Smiso anything. So, like sometimes we would be laying in bed together. He's on his phone, and I'm on my phone, and I'm thinking to myself, man, we might be talking to the same person. You and I, right now, you are chatting to that man, and I'm also chatting to that man while they're here next to me. And in desire that, guys, I'm going to fuck that man, and I'm gonna make sure Smiso finds out about it, because I want him to hurt the same way I was hurt. Toxic ulelona. So I start talking to that man. We talk. He has also indicated interest in tasting this dick. Yabo? Ndam invited to my place. We babsed, and then he left. And then you must come back again another day. You'll still find this dick. It will still be here. This dick is not going anywhere. It's gonna be here. Nyani, he came back another day, and we tough. And then once I was tired of all of that, what I did was I took screenshots of my conversation with this man. Conversation where I was giving him my address and him saying I'm downstairs and me saying I'm coming back, or I'm coming down. And then another conversation where he was praising how nice it was to with me. Yabo? That screenshot I sent to Smiso of you once. That is Smiso. Yeah. Yabo? At this point, because I know bana Usmiso ute gulo because ufumana incanca kulo bhuti, ufumana ipipi kulo bhuti, uyadliwa ngulo bhuti. So uthe phithi mncancentsha. Yeva? Uza kunya. Uza kunya wena Sifiso. Sifiso, I keep saying Sifiso. Uza kunya wena Smiso. Damn, tumela bana ake sana top yakho is my bottom. Oh, apambana. Pambana, how could you? No. How could you? I betrayed you. You betrayed me first when. That's when I lost it. I told him everything I know about the night that he went out with Abo Andile. I'm like, you think when I haven't been noticing the changes in our relationship, I've been noticing every single thing. I notice everything, and that one thing about me, I pay attention to detail. So I'm like, I noticed when you started talking to that guy. I noticed when you started seeing him. I also noticed it. And it makes sense. Obana, the way you have been behaving, it means you found someone new. So the right relationship, I want to end things with you, and you can continue with your man that I fucked. Continue with him. One text, why are you doing this? No, I can't hear Kevin. Because I don't think, for the mere fact that I never pursued things with him, I was never really interested in him like that. But I just did what I did because I needed to get my lick back. I was grieved to the core, and I had to avenge myself as the bad bitch that I am. Guys, and that's the story of how I cheated back, because you don't do a bad bitch like that, point blank period. So if you enjoyed this story time, please give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, share my video, super thanks me, and do the absolute most. So yeah guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and the story time, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.